Understandably so. And we are playing with one of my favorite people to play with. We are playing with Freddy Four Fingers. Freddy Four Legs. And I love playing with Freddy Four Legs. He's a memer extraordinaire. And he's also very good at playing the meta. So when I go for something crazy, he sometimes just goes for standard play and he backs me up and hopefully can carry the team when whatever I do messes up severely. But in this series of games that I played with him, he said, Poop Lord, I only have one more day off before I have to start working. And I would love to play some balls to the walls, crazy games. And I said, Freddy, let's do it. We don't care if we win or lose. We just want to have some fun. Now, the strategy that Freddy Four Lakes is going for, is the Vietnamese Lame into towers. Now, I for a long time have thought that that the tower rush has been dead. But the more I learn about Age of Empires 2 is that you just have to adapt and change it. Laming in general is very, very powerful. You can see that, for example, in the Berber strat, or there's also a Gothic strat in which you absolutely lame everything because you get the instantaneous loom. And it's tricky to deal with. And once so many of your resources have already been lamed, to cut off even more resources with a tower rush follow-up, mix in some spearmen, mix in some men-at-arms and stuff like that, it can be oof. And by the way, you see a boar, you lame a boar. Now, if you do get lamed, here are some ways to defend yourself against the lame. Keep good track of that villager. Notice how many villagers are going forward. If you can pick those off, you can actually be in a good spot economically in comparison to your opponent. In addition, you want to take your other resources relative. Oh, no, not the woo, man. You want to take your other resources relatively early, and you want to keep track of those resources. For example, you might want to start pushing in your deer, or you might want to start making a mill on the berries a little bit earlier than you normally would. Now, green here is probably going to be okay, even though he got his boar lamed. And the reason that he's probably going to be okay is because he is playing as the Lithuanians. Initiative 2-7 is playing as the Lithuanians, meaning that he starts with an additional 150 food. And that villager absolutely lost track. Where is she? I don't know. Where is she? Oh no. And now she could lame additional resources as well. This is a whole bunch of idle time for Freddy Four Lakes, but I think it's worth it if you can get your opponents off berries, if you can get your opponents to have to go all the way out. I mean, this is like 7 villagers that have to walk this huge distance rather than just dropping it off instantaneously. So, I think laming is powerful. Would I lame in every single game? No. And actually, in this game, as as these berries are getting lamed, we are not going to be laming at all. We're going to go for a very, very silly strategy ourselves. And this is a good call from Green. Green's pushing in those deer. He's trying to get whatever food he can. We are going to go for the Spanish Archer Rush. So just like Freddy Four Lakes being up against, well, basically a pretty decent counter to laming, we're going to be up against a pretty good counter as well. As we are going for Spanish archers, we are up against Ethiopians. And Ethiopians from severe burn have a 18% faster firing rate. Arguably the strongest archers in the game, although I would probably argue that Britons with their additional range are a little bit better, but what do I know? I'm just a poop lord. Now the build for this one is pretty standard. You go for 6 on food, 3 on wood, then you do everything else on food until you have a total of 14 on food, then you switch 3 to gold. The next 2 go on food, giving you a total of 21 pop or 20 villagers if you have lost your scout. You then construct a barracks and you send forward 2 villagers. When you reach feudal age, you will construct a whole bunch of ranges. Let's check back with Freddy Four Lakes. He's trying to lame his main gold, and knowing where his main gold is, this could be a great target. For example, a tower or something in that nature. And this is also not something that you want to do. You want to really chase this villager down with your scout. Does Green still have his scout? I think he may have lost it at some point. No way. No, yeah, it's right here. Why not chase this villager down with your scout? Because this villager is actually going to make it to the TC at a certain point. Wait. Is inviting 2-7 going to make a big mistake here? Actually, both of our opponents are 2 villagers up on us. Well, not anymore. Oh no, disaster. Oh, can he get the... Oh, he couldn't even get the pick. That's terrible, man. That's really unfortunate. So I was actually one of the first 2 feudal, and we're going to take huge advantage to that. As he's trying to construct that archer range, I just want to keep these archer numbers down as much as possible as we're going for our 3rd range here. So in this build, you get 3 ranges and a blacksmith. The reason that you get the blacksmith is so that you can get fletching, and you can actually produce from 3 ranges as well. But what you're going to want to do at home is all of those villagers that you have on wood, you're going to want to switch back to gold. So as you're going up to feudal, you have tons and tons of villagers on gold, and that's so that you can get those free ranges out. And so, did I say gold? I meant to say wood. I think you have like 15 villagers on wood, and then once you have all of your production buildings going, you want to have about 12 on gold or close to that. And the reason for that is that each archery range takes 4 villagers on gold to produce an archer. Wow, that's quite a bit of archers. 7 archers. Let's quickly check in with Freddy. And yes, he is indeed towering that main gold. And is he going to get this up before the Lithuanian player gets this tower up? Oh man, and spears are here. Super awkward stuff. He gets it up and yep, go in and kill the scout. Oh man, this is super awkward for green. Meanwhile, we have an engage over here as well. We did manage to take out the archers that were here, and now we're going to be picking off villagers left and right. Can we get that woman? We get 1, we get 2. Oof, this is an awkward engage, and now we're under the tower as well. Get the guy? Nope. But we have so many more numbers. This is what I really like about this strategy, is you'll have tons and tons of numbers. Even coming back with a scout, coming back with spearmen. All of these spearmen were just completely wasted on these archers. Talking about wasted. Oh man, what a waste on these archers over here. Getting absolutely shot to all of F. But thankfully, we have free ranges producing. And picking off free villagers is not the worst thing in the world, although we definitely have to do more damage than that. With that being said, Freddy Four Lakes is pushing through slowly but surely. This already ranges the main gold, and this ranges the main... This is a really nice tower, by the way, as it ranges the main gold as well as his wood line. He is under a lot of pressure, the Lithuanian player. That is. My goodness. Nutty stuff. Tower rushes, man. I felt like they were dead for a long time, but I mean, Freddy Four Lakes is making it work, that's for sure. And the GG is called? Why is the GG called? I guess just because I had too many archers. It was first called by blue and then called by green, and I guess they wanted to play more of a standard game, and we were just having none of it. Now, the interesting thing is that we actually have about the same economies going into this. I mean, Severe Burden actually has the biggest economy with 29, but he was starting to lose villagers, and yeah, That's lost to Spanish archers with Ethiopians and lost to a tower rush with Lithuanians and laming. Seems kind of strange to me, but what do I know? I'm just a poop lord.